just reverting to docket 375 of 01-2019. I know that it's got nothing to do with you, but the question is this. Are you aware that the DPP has yet to take or make a decision on whether or not to prosecute that docket?
As a court, please, my lord, I don't think that is correct. There is a letter to that effect. The DPP has made a decision, and his decision is to hold over a final decision pending the outcome of this matter.
Yes. As the court pleases, my lord, I do take the response by my learned colleague. If I may, for contextual purposes, my lord, refer the witness to Exhibit Q, which is a directive or correspondence from the DPP dated the 26th of October 2022. And this correspondence was addressed to the erstwhile advocate of all the accused persons before court, Advocate M.D. Teffo. And this is an exhibit of this court, my lord. And I'm not sure whether the contents thereof have been placed on record, but in line with Mafaledi's case, my lord, I'll do so here. And it reads, the addressee, like I say, it's Advocate Teffo, and CC is Mr. Toban, who was the instructing attorney in this matter. And it says, dear sir, Ray Foslora's case 375 of 01-2019, S. Vs. Sibia and 4 others, CC 67 of 2020. Paragraph 1 thereof, it reads, the National Director of Public Prosecutions has issued an amended directive on the 22nd of October 2020, August 2022, in terms of Section 22, subsection 3 of the National Prosecuting Authority Act 32 of 1998, read with Section 111 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977, and also transferring jurisdiction in respect of Foslora's case 375 of 01-2019 from the area of jurisdiction of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Johannesburg, to the area of jurisdiction of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Gauteng Division, Pretoria. The amended directive will be handed up in court. Paragraph 2 thereof. This office is therefore mandated to make a decision in respect of Foslora's case 375 of 01-2019. Paragraph 3 thereof. In the light of the fact that the decision in Foslora's case 375 of 01-2019 depends on the credibility findings by the trial court in the current trial involving Foslora's case 63610 of 2014, I have therefore decided that the decision in Foslora's case 375 of 01-2019 will be made at the conclusion of the current trial. It is thus signed by the DPP of Pretoria, Gauteng Division, Mr. S. Mzinyati.
Yes, my lord, I'm aware of this letter.
Listen, there's so many angles that I can start at, so many different clips I can start at, but let me start with this one, the most pressing, okay? For us members of the jury, as I always like to say. But listen, very important. Ramasipili did a phenomenal job in court, if you didn't already know. So first of all, a shout out to Advocate Ramz. That was quite a display of what can we call it, LLB-ness, okay, of advocacy, of standing on business, okay. I want to tell you that Advocate Ramasipili today woke up and chose violence, and as members of the public, we want to thank you for holding business and controlling that shit, okay, for lack of a better word, excuse my French, and keeping the good brigadier under control. Like Advocate Ramasipili had him on a tight leash, and sometimes, Brigadier Gininda would try to get loose, but he would rein him in really nicely and, of course, politely in true Ramasipili style. So, in this video, you got to hear Advocate Baloyi's first objection of the day. And may I tell you, there were very few and far in between. There were times where I wanted the cameraman, and I'd appreciate it if he would do us this favor, especially since Ungomezulu is watching as well on YouTube. If you could just put the angle on Baloyi, okay? We want to see his reactions on key moments, and I would appreciate that. But back to business. So in this clip, I just wanted to share with you Advocate Ramasipili, okay? He wanted to bring correctly to the record what's going on with 375, because Baloyi and Gininda did a thing over there in their evidence in chief. They made it seem like some wishy-washy, okay, some tiny little business. No. This is a very, very serious docket. Don't make it seem like Warrant Officer Makubo and Lieutenant Colonel Butelezi are out there dreaming stuff. No. So Baloyi stands up to object and says, listen, the DPP said, they're only going to handle this after 636 finishes. And Ramasipili says, hold the line, let me read it, okay? Let me read it into the record, because if there's one thing we learned from evidence in chief, reading is an essential skill, and putting things on the record correctly is what Ramz wanted to do. So Ramz goes into it, he reads the record, and he makes it crystal clear that 375 is going to come at the end of the conclusion of 636. And he says, who are the suspects in 375? Oh my God, that question is an essential question. And I wonder if Uzandile, Kumalo, Gumede, aka Mapopolo, heard what Ramz said. So basically, Brigadier Gininda is forced to say the suspects are the 7 adults the suspects are the people who were in the house, plus Mapiri, for defeating the ends of justice. Wow. Listen, so I want you to hear what Gininda responds and says, because he's forced to say, yes, I am aware of that letter, and this is what he adds on, because Gininda's always going to come through with an addendum.
Yes, my lord, I'm aware of this letter.
My lord, just to correct myself, Advocate Teffo at the time represented only accused 1 to 4, not all of them, my lord.
As a court, please, my lord, just a correction. Exhibit Q, it's a letter addressed to Advocate Mshololo. It's exactly the same letter, but it is a letter addressed to Advocate Mshololo. This one addressed to Mr. Teffo was not handed up as an exhibit.
Sorry, my lord, because the one that I have, and it may have been an error on my part, it's the one that's addressed to Advocate Teffo. I did not have the one that was addressed to Advocate Mshololo, but the essence is that the contents are the same, my lord.
Yeah.
They mirror each other, my lord, to the T. Now, the point that I was emphasizing was that this decision in respect of 375, for the people that you say are the people that were in the house essentially, including Maggie Piri, will be made based on the credibility findings made by this court in this matter regarding 375.
Correct, my lord, but it is insofar as the charge of defeating the end of justice, not the murder of SENZO, because the docket is very clear. It's a defeating charge, my lord.
Yes. If I may get an opportunity to get my bearings on my notes. Now, before I go to the reasons, because during your evidence in chief, you mentioned several reasons why you say that you and Ramohala believe that there were intruders in the house on the 26th of October 2014 that perpetrated the offense that occurred there, correct?
Well, partly correct, my lord, in that the reasons I given, those were my reasons.
Yes.
I analyzed, like I've said, everyone was given an opportunity to read the docket independently. So Ramohala's views come in a sense that he was also of the view that there were people who came into the house, but I did not put it in the context that, my lord, this is what he found, the way I found it. I was simply putting my reasons to say, what is it that convinced me that they were intruders?
You testified that before coming to this belief that there were intruders, your initial belief as well was that there were no intruders. Am I quoting you correctly?
Yes, you're quoting me correct, but I also qualified it, my lord. I think when I was asked by Advocate Baloyi as to where was it coming from, and I said, basically from what I was briefed, it was not based on facts, it was not factual. When I read the docket, that's when I was able to make a decision based on the facts that were contained on the docket, my lord.
And to that extent, I'm not talking about this belief from your part initially that there were no intruders. You made a statement to that effect, is that correct?
I don't think I made a statement, my lord. Right. I think if Mr. Ramz said I made one, he can tell me. I don't recall. It was just a thought, like I said, when then, I don't have a recollection of that statement, my lord.
Right. To be fair to you, the statement is not explicit to state that there were no intruders, but you deposed to a statement on the 19th of November 2020 at the NATCOM National Commissioner's Pretoria office. The statement was commissioned by Dowelani Dion Molaudzi, who's a detective sergeant, and yes, it was deposed to, it was commissioned on the 23rd of November 2020 at 15:30 in the afternoon.
My lord, if it was made in November 2020, I doubt very much if I would have said or created an insinuation that there were no intruders, because if one looks at that date, the matter was already enrolled. In other words, this matter was enrolled on the 26th of October 2020. My recollection, and I think Mr. Ramz can refer me to the index number, I'll get to that statement, but I have an idea what he's talking about. The statement I made in November, my lord, relates to further investigation and the evidence I collected insofar as my request in pursuance, or rather my application to have Kelly Khumalo charged. I think that is a statement, it pertains to that, because I talked to the evidence that I've collected, what is it that I think implicates her in addition to the confessions, and I think I'll talk to the issues of the numbers that were not disclosed. So that statement that I made in November, it is insofar as the application to the DPP to say Ms. Kelly Khumalo should be charged, as he acted as a trigger point. That's my recollection. I don't think I would have said there were no intruders, my lord.
Wow, that was a mouthful from the brigadier. But guess what? If there's one thing Ramz is going to do, as you see him do that thing with the coat, which means keep talking, keep digging that grave, because after this, I'm going to tell you Funda Togo. And to my international gang, that means read this exhibit. So this is what happens. Silence from Baloyi. Silence from Baloyi. Baloyi's silence is so loud. And I just love this angle that Advocate Ramz is taking, which is attack, attack, attack. That's it. Keep attacking, keep attacking. Attack everything that they conveniently put on the record. Now, what Advocate Ramz is doing is putting it on the record accurately with all the information. That's why in the next video, make sure you catch it. Make sure you're subscribed so that you catch the next video. That's why the next thing that Ramz says is just read. read over here, okay? Because if there's one thing Gininda will do is talk to confuse the record, to make you to forget, and to convince you on what he wants to convince you on, but he runs away from the facts. And that's not how it works in court. I mean, as an LLB student, you should know better. You should know better, because if there's a statement, it doesn't matter when it was written. You must stick to the statement. And Ramz makes him read it. Did I not just love that moment? So that is so interesting. That is so interesting, because Brigadier Gininda is trying to backtrack from saying there were no intruders in the house. He's trying to run away from that, because he is now Team State. There are intruders in the house, and those intruders are the 5 accused sitting right there in the dock. Let me catch you on part 2 of Ramasipili burning the courthouse over there in the Pretoria North High Court. And normally I like to say, I'm not ready to say that yet to Ramz. Burn everything inside. Burn everything inside, because I've never said to Ramz, because I normally use that phrase with Ungo Mizulu, because he likes to do that mic drop, okay? Mnisi, oh my God, Mnisi, yeah, Mshololo, absolutely. I've never had to use it with Ramz. We'll see if we'll use it by end of day today. Let's keep going. And you know the house rules: like, comment, subscribe, and don't everything, okay? Next video is coming up shortly.